Alright, I'm back. And we're back! Let's fucking go. Yo, you lost your XP! That's low-key sad as shit. That's really sad. Your XP, no! Shit, you gotta work it back. And fucking, Marie needs to show up so that she can work her way up. Maybe she can take top place. You gotta fight for it. Now, you gotta give Marie a fighting chance to, be number one. I think it's only fair. Hopefully everything still fucking works. I'm just gonna just get us back to where we were. There we go. Yeah, we're back. Alright, grand. It's gonna be so jokes when I do one of these. I won't be this weekend. Love of my life, Lom, is coming down from the war to see me. And we're going to band practice. So, although that being said, maybe on the Saturday we could. A little earlier. Actually, I will. I'll ask them on Instagram so I don't lose my notification. Would you be interested in streaming with me on Saturday and playing Slay the Princess? Their mum's in a band. Which is pretty cool. Okay. Okay, we are so back, gang. We're so back. I'm hoping I can, like, I don't know, maybe combine the two streams, but that probably won't work. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. No little sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Okay.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
Hang on, let me get the smitten part. Rose, you have to understand, while I'm aware that that is an entirely normal thing, it also sounds so gay of you. What? That Lom's mum is in a band? We're going to like watch them. I just said yes because Lom asks, and I will do literally anything if Lom asks me nicely. There's gonna be a day. This is a legitimate fear that I have, is that one day we're going to be just out and Lom's suddenly going to have the epiphany. They can literally make me do whatever they want. Yeah, it's their mum. I'm not in a band. Fellas, I'm not in a band. I don't have a band. You guys thought I was in a band? I haven't been in a band since fucking school. I haven't been in a band since I was in soul band in secondary school. There's actually some videos of me playing the drums on my YouTube channel. I think they're still public. I play the drums. I really can't play that well anymore. It's been far too long since I practiced. You just have that. Oh, well, thank you. You know what? I'll take that as a fucking compliment because I think that's a compliment. That's far less fanfic sounding. Carry on. Thank you. You know, that would be really good merch. Like, fanfic tropes, Rose's relationship with Lom, and it's just like a tick box down the chest of all the things. It's got rivals to lovers. It's got angst. Angst with a happy ending. Yo! A fucking t-shirt where it's just the tags that the AO3 fic would have if my life was a fanfiction. That's a good fucking idea, that is. Enemies to lovers. No, it's not enemies, that's the thing. It's very specifically rivals to lovers, because I never saw them as my enemy. I saw them as my rival because they were better at psychology than me. And then like there could be two versions of it. There could be the safe for work version and the not safe for work version. The not safe for work version is made by Lum, and Lum has to decide what tags I'm deserving of. Anyway, I got distracted from what I was saying. One day Lum's gonna have the epiphany that I legitimately am very in servitude, and then we're just gonna be walking down the street or some shit, and they're gonna go, Rose, and I'm gonna go, yeah, and they're gonna go, kneel real quick, and I'll just fucking kneel because that's what I would do, and they're just gonna go, okay, cool, just wanted to check, and I have to then live with the fact that this is a thing that, you know what I mean? Like, that's a legitimate fear that I have, that one day, and the issue is that I wouldn't even fucking mind that much. That's the thing. I say it's a fear. It's not really a fear. not really. Let's be honest. Chronic simp syndrome. Oh my god, I got CSS, brother. Okay, we need to stop coming up with good merch ideas because that would be such a good bucket hat. CSS, and then underneath it's got chronic simp syndrome. Oh god. Thing is I haven't done anything that's like meme worthy yet, but the minute I do, I'm cooked. Fellas, I'm cooked. The minute I do something that is legitimately worthy of being a meme, that can be other than the fucking joke that we came up with, that we me when he's going to do it. Oh my god, he's going to do it. Other than that one, which was horrible. But fucking funny as hell. Like, I'm sorry, but that was so funny. It's just so stupidly funny. Other than that, I haven't had like a proper meme moment yet. The minute I do, I'm cooked. So we just got to make sure that I don't become too funny. You know those people who are like effortlessly funny? I think I try a little too hard to be like that. And it's like, because sometimes I'm really good at telling stories. Don't worry, it'll happen guaranteed. Oh god. Because sometimes when I'm telling stories, like when I'm telling stories, I tell them really well. I have this weird I've somehow managed to convince myself that I am naturally funny, but that I'm not very good at being naturally funny. Does that make sense? That like I should be able to be naturally funny because of that, but I'm not actually naturally funny. I don't know if this makes sense. I have like nerfed anxiety. I have you know how some people when they play games, they're just so good that it's astronomically you can't fathom how good they are at that game. That's me with anxiety. My anxiety has become so nuanced and like you know, in like, I don't know, superhero things where it's like, oh, their superhero isn't actually that cool, but they've gotten so good at like manipulating it and using it that they're just like fucking OP. That's me, but the superpower is anxiety. That's my superpower, is that I am so good at being anxious that it's transcended normal symptoms. Not only have I become a case study, but like the case study itself should be a case study, because the fact that it even exists means I should probably be in an FBI testing facility. You know what I mean? And that's unsettling. It's a little unnerving, you know? But yeah, because of that, like whenever I like talk, for some reason I have this weird mentality in my head where I'm like, oh no, I have to. This is one of the greatest Rose. Is it really? Someone needs to make a montage of my monologues. I didn't even realize that I monologue now. I mean, obviously I monologue because I'm the only fucking person talking. So all my streams are monologues, if you're being completely honest. But someone should make a compilation of those or something. I didn't realize I monologued that well. But anyway, my point being is that, like, I don't even know where I was going. That's I got so deep in the anxiety lore that I lost the fucking plot, and I don't remember what I was trying to fucking say. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, no. So whenever no, that's what I was gonna say. Whenever I'm talking, if I don't immediately get like a haha, I'm like, wow, so you fucked up at your one job, and I'm like, I'm sorry, wait, this is my job? And it's like, yeah, you're meant to be funny, and I'm like, since when? What do you mean? And it's like, don't you remember when you told this story and like everyone laughed and said you would be a really good stand-up comedian, which is a legitimate thing that happened one time at Christmas because my dad said it for some reason. I don't know, he's old, but it doesn't matter. Regardless, and then since then, somehow in the back of my mind, my anxiety's been toiling away at the Wii. You know, just knitting this little blanket of delusion. And now, whenever I don't meet the delusion, it's like, it's like, oh, didn't you know? You're meant to be funny. And I'm like, why? And it's like, because. And it's like, what do you mean? You can't, that's not how this shit works, brother! You can't just say that. Like, that's not, what do you mean? Anyway, in conclusion, Lom has too much power over me, my anxiety has too much power over me, and if I manage to get any more anxious than I am, I sort of feel the opposite in the sense that I suck at anxiety. Like, it totally fucks me over, but sometimes I feel like I fuck my own anxiety over in some way. It makes no sense, but anyway. No, but that's so true. I'm like, I'll be in situations and I'm like, I should be anxious over this. Why am I not anxious over this? And then I get anxious about the fact that I'm not anxious. And then it's like, but I am anxious. I know I'm anxious, but I don't think I'm anxious. Like, it's like, the wires are so crossed and have created such a unilateral mesh that it's like I can't even figure out where the original fucking thread is, and I'm just like, brother, I am stuck in a web of my own design. I am the feeder and the fed. Okay, I am. What do I do? Like, what do you do in that situation? It's like, oh my god, I'm stuck in a web. I'm a fly stuck in a web. But then you realize, actually, no, you're the spider as well. And you're like, wait, hang on. So am I stuck? And it's like, yeah. And it's like, okay, but I'm not. But so I'm stuck in the web. It's like, yes. And it's like, okay. So I'm gonna get eaten because I'm stuck in the web. It's like, yes. And it's like, by what? And it's like, by the spider. It's like, who's the spider? You are. Okay, so dialing back a little bit, I'm stuck in the web. Yes. And I'm gonna get eaten because I'm stuck in the web. Yes. By a spider. Yes. Who is also me. Yes. And the spider's not stuck in the web. No, obviously not. Why would the spider be stuck in its own web? That's stupid. So I am a fly stuck in a web, and I'm about to get eaten by a spider, and I'm the spider. Yes. I feel like there are steps in there, and I feel like I missed them, because how am I both the fucking... Auto-cannibalism seems to be the theme of today's stream. Yeah, I love that! We've come full circle. I'm legitimately the princess over here. I'm just chewing at my own arm for no good reason. Anyways, let's finish this singular fucking trail, and then we'll see what happens. Anyway, I am the smitten. I've got my little love heart glasses on. Yeah, shout out to auto-cannibalism. Oh yeah, great question. Would you, if you were given the chance, eat your own placenta? And I'm not talking about the cop-out, which is sending your placenta to, like, the people that make it into pills that you can then just, like they dry it out and put the dust in, like, a pill thing, and then you just take the pills, and you still get the same effects, but, like, it's just a pill. I'm not talking about that, because as much as that's fucking genius, that feels like a bit of a cop-out, right? You can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, I ate my own placenta, and then just show someone a bottle of pills. Just like, oh yeah, I ate my own placenta. It's like, that's just a pill. Like, that doesn't count. Would you sit down and eat a placenta steak? if given the opportunity. Personally, I would, but here's the thing: I would section it out so I could use parts of the placenta for roleplay. Now, stick with me, fellas, because what I'm about to say is batshit insane, but I'm gonna say it anyway because we all knew what we were signing up for the minute we walked into the stream. Okay, I would save some of it. Some of it would be for roleplay. Okay, no, and the type I'm talking about. Okay, do you know? Okay, hang on. Do you ever play pretend by yourself? Hang on, Spooky. Let me cook. God damn it, let me cook. Do you not like roleplay when you're alone? Like, I live alone, and I will just sometimes come up with a narrative in my head, and suddenly I'm having an argument with myself about who gets to keep the kids in a marriage with this toxic man who apparently I married, just because I want to. No, I will not. Hang on. Yes, you will. I have the microphone. I am God. I'm the one who knocks. No, but surely you fellas do that, right? I'm not insane, right? Well, maybe I am. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is that's a thing that I do. But I take it a step further because I like props in my Shush Kitten Alpha Rose is talking. Thank you. You're daddy's favorite. Thank you. I'm so glad. So, but I like doing it with props because that makes it more fun, right? If I'm pretending to be at a cookout, I would just have a fucking pan on the floor with a pot, and I would just because it's more fun. I don't know. I'm bored. Okay. I never grew up. I guess. Fucking let me do what I want, right? And recently I started buying sourdough bread because it's delicious. But by the end of the week, I'm left with the a nub at the end. Yes, but not eating my placenta. Is it still yours in the roleplay, or are you pretending to eat someone? Are you roleplaying some kind of yandering? Let me cook, Spooky! Just wait! I promise we'll get there. Just hold your horses. Just grab something you love and tenderly look at it, okay? And I will tell you when we will get back to the placenta. But right now, Daddy's talking about roleplay with using props, and we will get to why it's relevant to eating your placenta in a minute, okay? Just let me cook! Anyways, I've been buying sourdough bread, and at the end of the week, I'm left with the end, right? And it's normally gotten quite hard. I'm crying. It's gotten quite hard because bread goes stale, right? And I realized that there is a joy to be had in pretending to be a Victorian peasant that's been thrown a wedge of bread and sitting in the corner eating the slab of bread with my bare hands, just and it's even better if I'm listening to an audio at the same time where I have I don't know, a friend with me or something, and we're both eating bread in the corner, right? It's fun. It fills my life with joy and whimsy, okay? Okay? There are limits to my roleplay, because obviously, I'm not here to cover my floor in blood if I'm pretending I accidentally murdered someone, or if I'm pretending that I need to feed my vampire best friend some blood because they're dying and I care about them and I need to just quickly to give them something to drink. I'm not going to actually fucking do it because I'm not insane, right? Debatable, I know, but just let me fucking cook, okay? I have a point if you let me make it. So I'm obviously not going to do that. And whilst one could order fake blood, I don't want to do that either, because the whole joy of the prop thing is the fact that I own all of this shit. For example, one time, this is some heavy lore, by the way. One time I came up with, do you remember when I came up with that plot point, which was the way to get out of a contract with the Beholding was if you died and came back to life, but then by doing so you became an avatar of death, right? Well, part of that roleplay that I had going on, this was a whole fucking lore, right? That person then went off, pretended to be part of the hunt, but actually they were part of the end, right? And then when John was in America looking for something, the character I created, saved him. And he was like, I thought you were fucking dead. And it's like, yeah, I was, and I came back, and now I am a thing of the end, right? Part of that was that my character had a crossbow, okay? I don't own a crossbow. That's illegal, because I don't have a license. But you know what I do fucking own? This motherfucker that I'm in. Why, when I tell you that my mother legitimately saw it in a video chat and was like, Rose, why do you have a crossbow? I am so fucking proud of this. Let's break it down, shall we? These are metal poles that make up these desks. These are spares, okay? I attach them to each other to make a long thing. I put a screw through the end here. That's my trigger. I found this stick on the ground. A schmeckle is a schmeckle, and they will always find a use. I then got a shoelace, and I sort of broke it up a little bit, and then used a bunch of zip ties to put it perfectly on the end. And then I put the metal bar there, and now I have the most fucking accurate looking fake crossbow, and it cost me nothing. Do you know how much fun I have had with this crossbow? It is the best fucking thing I've ever owned. I should note, it is not actually a crossbow. YouTube, do not cancel this stream. This is not a real crossbow. This is fake. This is a shoelace. It is loose as shit. But do you know how much joy and whimsy this has allowed me to have? Do you know how many hunter werewolf tropes I have had in my head because I have a fucking fake crossbow? It fills me with so much joy. Okay? I love a good prop. And sometimes, yeah, I know, isn't it dope? I made that, and I love it. It's my favorite thing. And it's just like, life was made for joy and whimsy. And I like using props. And can you imagine the possibilities if you had a piece of, just flesh that you could just eat? I'm so glad you're following me. Okay, I did kind of jump a little bit because I was worried that I'd lost you. But I'm glad you're back on the train. So, then imagine a hypothetical situation. Hell, you know what? You don't even have to eat it. You could just, pulverize a bit of it, and it could, fall on the floor, and those are your guts. Ah! The possibilities are endless. And because it's you, it's not illegal, right? I can do whatever I want with my own flesh and blood, and it doesn't count as self-harm because I'm not, cutting myself for the sake of blood. I don't need the blood. But, if I had the option... If I had the option to randomly trigger a nosebleed for the dramatic effect of a roleplay, I abso-fucking-lutely would. That's fun as shit. Do you know how cool it would be if I could just sit there and then, me go, and then, oh, wow, my quirk just fucking manifested. Holy shit. I'm so glad you see the vision. There are so many possibilities if I were allowed to keep my own placenta and I could use it for my roleplays. Not only that, you could just be really creepy with it. You know? It could just be fun. Life is fun. Sometimes I'm not the good guy in these roleplays, okay? Sometimes I'm a little fucking twisted. I'm a little crazy, you know? And you know what would make it even better? If I could bloody a knife with actual flesh. But the flesh is not real flesh, so I'm not hurting anyone. You know what I mean? There are possibilities here. But at the same time, that would be a waste. So I'm saying we portion off the placenta. Part of it I will actually eat for the nutritional value of consuming your placenta. That has a lot of medical evidence supporting it. And the other half I would use for joy and whimsy of, playing pretend by myself in my house because I have nothing better to do. Okay, I still kind of follow, but save it for what? A rainy day? Wake up one morning thinking, I fancy a bit of cannibal roleplay today. I think I still have... Yes! Kind of. You're on the right track. You're not wrong. I don't know how to explain it. It would be really gross, and I'd probably not follow through. But just knowing I could have a piece of flesh and go... as if I was pretending to be like a vampire or something. I'd probably then go, because it's disgusting and it's just fucking raw flesh. But, like, I wouldn't have hurt anyone in the process of getting it. You know what I mean? Well, would you rather it go to waste? Thank you. See, Marie sees the vision. Marie is with me at this. Marie can come to the cookout. Marie let me cook and sizzle, and I really appreciate that. Spooky, I see you're still on the fence, but I will still invite you to the cookout. I promise I won't be serving placenta, though, because that would require me getting pregnant, and I don't want to do that. I'm just saying, there are possibilities if you had a piece of legitimate flesh that you could just do whatever you want with, because it's, like, yours and not going to be used. I'm not saying I would necessarily. I'm just saying that there are options there that aren't readily available otherwise, and I could probably have some fun with it. I'm just saying. You know? Anyways. This is an actual nightmare. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that I just went on this tangent. Please no one ever look at me. I swear to God. Okay. Please don't call the police. That's such a horrifying thing. BRB. No, wait, where are you going? Come back. Holy shit, man. Oh God. That was really funny though. That was a good rant. That was a good tangent. Anyways, back to being smitten. But honestly, this might be the most Rose stream ever. Thank you! You know, I always strive to be more me. Most people would say that that's hazardous and has the potential of lowering the general overall sanity of several individuals. But I personally think it adds pizzazz. Sorry, have to dip for a moment. I promise I will not dial any number starting with 9 and ending with 11. Thank you so much. But that doesn't really fill me with much reassurance because I live in England and that's not how we call the police. But you know what? I appreciate the attempt at reassuring me. So I will let you go. Have fun dipping, whatever it is. Back to the game, I guess. Oh my God, this is such chaos. Oh, okay.
I beg to differ.
Oh, yes, I do.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
I promise you that I do not. I am ready to go down, either in battle or on a woman. Whichever comes first. Hopefully both happen, because both would be glorious.
Anyway, I believe your second question was,
Yes.
What's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I mean, maybe they didn't. Shit. How would you fucking know? You don't even think it happened.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Fucking preach, baby boy.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Can I just say that man sounded absolutely so very posh when he's at the beginning of that sentence. He said, yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario. It's just like, okay, buddy. Let's tone down the colonism, shall we? Or is it the colonialism? I don't know.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I don't know, maybe she ate me like a fucking freak. Shit, maybe she into roleplay. Maybe she's into roleplay, man. I don't know. Oh God, this is gonna become a new inside joke, isn't it? Anytime someone says something abhorrent, it's like, shit, man, maybe they're just into roleplay.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
No, but see, you can't see it, but I'm sighing and shaking my head so hard. I can't even tell if you're legitimately disappointed in me. But you know what? It's okay, because you're my number one fan. Clearly. Can't you see, next to your crown? And therefore, really, what I do reflects poorly on you because you're my number one supporter. And, like, you can't be mad. So, you know what I mean? Just glass houses, spooky. I'm joking. Oh, God.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Dastardly scheme. Hang on, kinda hungry, gonna go grab some percent to be happy. I mean, shit, maybe you're just into roleplay, man. Whatever makes you happy.
I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Yeah, but you still... Okay, this is an ongoing, like, ugh for me. In what way is she actually bad? Like, yeah, all of the actions I seem to take upon her seem to end up with her being, like, some sort of non-human entity. But I feel like you probably could have told me that at the start, and I would have been more on your side. You know what I mean? He's like, the less you know, the better. But then she's like there, just like gnawing off her own hand with zero empathy, like zero mental, like with absolutely zero. What's the word I'm looking for? Hesitation or aversion. She's just there gnawing on it like it's a damn snack. Hello, welcome back. And it's like, okay, well, if you had told me that she were low-key not human from the start, I might have been more persuaded to slay her. You just said, there's a princess, go kill her, and just expected me to follow along. I ain't no one's bitch. Well. I'm going with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that. Let's talk about this princess. Ooh! Both of them are explore, so hopefully I can do both of them. I feel like I want to do this one first and then this one, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
I don't even know which statement you're referring to there. That could be anything that I've said, honestly. Including, if there was a placenta, I would eat it. There's so many statements that have been made in this stream that you could say are untrue or, like, unnerving. You have to be more specific when you say most untrue when you're referring to something I've said, because I talk so much that by the time you've commented, I've already said something just as bad, if not worse, and you could be referring to either. You know what I mean? You guys gotta help me, because also half the shit that comes out of my mouth has not gone through any filters and has also not been processed by me either. So it's just happened, it's been and it's gone, and I don't remember what I said anymore. So when you guys are like, that's the funniest thing you've ever said, I'm like, yeah, that's why I said, well, afterwards. I'm no one's bitch. You being Lom's bitch is essentially my whole character. Don't you know, that's my whole character, what the fuck? That's why I went, well, because I'm well aware. Don't worry. I'm not that in denial. I'm not in Egypt, okay?
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Oh yes, Smitten. I'm with
Are these
you.
really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
But like, I don't want to. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
I don't really want to be quick about it, actually, so... The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
I'm sorry, but I really want narrator. I need more lore from the narrator, because unfortunately a lot of what he says is repeated. But like, when he's like, I wish I could tell you more, what's stopping you, Loka? Source, I said so. Exactly. I'm like, dude, you're saying believe me. Like, where are you getting this intel? Are you just a voice in my head? Did you die, and are you like a mage, and you've like attached onto my psyche in hopes of like fulfilling a goal that you weren't able to achieve in your living life? Did you try and kill the princess and were unsuccessful and thus are doing the exact thing I said? Like, who the fuck is the narrator? You know, I feel like we don't get to explore him very much because a lot of what he says is just reiterated every time because he forgets that we've gone through this shit over and over and over again. And it's like, I want to know more about this strange fella, you know?
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Oh boy, you said it. You said it, sister.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
It's not unfortunate. Maybe we can like go live in a cottage and like have like a cat. Smitten is so for real. Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I'm sorry, but I feel like the situation kind of demands for a bit more complication. You can't just someone's life is on the line here, and you're saying no, like this place is just in a path in the woods. Like, don't overcomplicate it. I'm like, motherfucker, you're asking me to commit murder. You're asking me to commit a federal crime, and you want me to do that because people locked her up. What people? Can you give me some history on this motherfucker? Like, you're the narrator. You're supposed to be better at this shit, man. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but
Why not, though?
it's because you're special.
Oh.
You're the only person capable of doing this.
Oh,
Call
wow.
it a
Love
prophecy,
bombing.
if that
Love
helps.
manipulation tactics,
But it's just
baby.
the way things are.
Oh, making me feel special so I feel like I can't relate to any of the people around me so that I feel isolated, but it's an isolation of my own design because you technically didn't say that no one was there for me. And so therefore I feel like I've come to that conclusion by myself, and therefore you are not able to be held accountable for the fact that I'm in that position, despite the fact that you're the reason that I'm in that position in the first place, because you're the one that made me feel like I was isolated in your own special way. Wow, thank you so much.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Oh, Hero, don't fucking fall for it. Come on now. I just explained.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Is Narrator a YouTuber? Because I'm starting to feel a little groomed. I can't lie.
Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice.
Bro, Smitten got a praise king. Damn, get his ass. Yeah, I'm quite proud of that little monologue. Did you guys fucking get that shit? God damn, I didn't stutter once. I'm very impressed with
Oh,
myself.
believe
on
me,
that one.
the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
Yeah, well, you probably will, given the fact that last time you tried to steal my autonomy and force me to do something that I didn't want to do, thus overreaching your role in all of this. But again, say what you gotta say, Pookie Bear. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know.
You really
Going into
haven't,
more
though,
detail
have
would
you?
just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. I felt cool. I felt very cool, actually, when I did that monologue. I felt very cool. I felt like I could achieve this PhD for the first time. You're saying a simple situation. Again, this simple situation is murder, my guy. You can't. Oh, is it really? That's kind of rude. Hold up. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. That's fucked up, though. YouTube really is coming for your ass.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us.
That's really.
I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Really don't have to take you at your word, though. That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I really don't think it is, given the fact that I've never seen another person in this world except for this one lady. locked in a basement, but like, okay. That's all, turns around and leaves. That would be quite funny. I'm not gonna do it, but that would be funny.
A warning before
Before
you go any further.
further.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Don't
believe a word she says.
Okay, whatever you say.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
You fucking said it, Smitten.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
The way they are really coming for the narrator in this timeline is hilarious to me.
I do, but I also speak from the heart.
Oh, they were talking about Smitten,
Passions
never
are
mind.
too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
You know what? Speak your truth, sister.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
You wouldn't be quiet if I had my way with you, hero. Oh!
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Shut up, hero. Wow. Okay, proceed to the fucking cabin. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be like a sex dungeon? I'm very curious.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Smitten is the type to be told he's annoying and say thank you. No, but why is that me? I love saying thank you when people insult me. I think that's the only reason I stopped getting bullied as badly as I did in school. Because people be like, you're actually so stupid. I'd be like, oh my god, thanks. And I think they just didn't... This was back in the day when no one was really, like, cool yet or had, like, a conscience or had any conscious thoughts. You know, we were all just still fucking stupid and the internet was young and baby. So that was actually new and exciting. And I don't think they'd ever had to deal with something that didn't follow the script in their life. So they were just like, oh my god, what is this? Witchery?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, so obviously there are two ways this could go, right? There's either I go against Smitten and probably end up with a chapter 3, or I follow along. And part of me wants to go against for the sake of getting to the chapter 3, but another part of me is like, oh, but that would be really fun. But then again, I technically have 2 games going right now, so it could be I do it this way in one, and then go to the other game and I do it the other way. You know what I mean? Like technically, I could do both. Obviously not today because I've already been streaming for like over 2 hours, despite what the time would have you to say. Because for anyone who's watching this not live, this is technically part 2 of this